Okay, so as I do my mobility routine at night and stretch, I figured I'd go ahead and cover a topic that I've been getting a lot of questions recently. So, how much weight am I supposed to use, and how heavy am I supposed to go? Okay, so this is a very common question that I get from people who are starting my programs. This is often because most of the time my programs are never listed specifically with what weight you're supposed to use, unless we're on, like, say, a specific powerlifting routine where there is percentages. Most of the time that's not my clientele, and I do a lot of auto regulating. But what we're going to cover is pretty basic and simple and can be used pretty much straight across the board for any workout you choose to do, regardless of where you got it from. So go ahead and stay tuned, and we're going to dig real deep into this. Okay, so basically, how much weight I'm supposed to use? I don't know, because I'm not you. Just like you don't know how much weight I'm supposed to use. Of course, I'm with a training partner, and we train all the time. We may have a rough estimate of how much each other may be doing on a particular exercise as we work together for weeks and weeks and months and months and months and months and years. But still, I really don't know how much my training partner is supposed to do. Okay, so we're always going to keep a log. All right, you should keep a log on how much weight you're using. That way, the next week, you always just going to go up 5 pounds. Okay, you should go up very, very small jumps. Now, when I get how much weight am I supposed to use, my typical response is always this: absolutely as much as you can. Simply, as much as weight as you possibly can. Now, let's understand this so we get a very clear notion, and I want to just keep rambling on. It simply does not matter if you have to do 5 reps, 6 reps, 8 reps, 10 reps, 20 reps, 30 reps. Okay? You're always going to use the maximum amount of weight that you possibly can for every set. All right, so how do we can break that down a little bit more specifically? Okay, so no matter what program you follow, if it's mine, if it's someone you found on the internet, if it's your own private coach, if they're telling you that you need to do, say, 3 sets of 5 reps, what you need to do is work yourself up to the heaviest amount of weight you possibly can do for 5 reps with perfect form. Okay? Now, you can shake a little bit because you're straining. All right? You may quiver. Okay? That's fine too. But as long as you're performing that last 5th rep with good technique, then you're going as heavy as you possibly can. That's the goal. That's what you need to be doing. Okay, so the 6th rep would cause you to shift a little. All right, you can still get the weight up, but you had to kind of squirm and shift your balance maybe to get it up there. That would be poor technique, and at that point, then the set would definitely be done, and that rep would not count. Okay, if you would have to do that for every rep or the last few reps, the weight would now be too heavy, and you would have to go down. So once again, if we're doing 5 reps, and on the 5th rep you complete everything without shifting and squirming, you're doing good. If this happens on, say, rep 3, 4, 5, the weight has been too heavy and the next set needs to be reduced. Okay? If you were doing 50 pounds, the next set would then be 45 pounds. All right? This is the same for everything. It does not matter if it's 10 reps or 15 reps. Okay? You're always going to have to produce that maximal amount of tension, which is the maximum amount of weight you can possibly push for that day on that set. This is why it's important to put a damn journal down and write actually what you're doing, so you're not always constantly doing guesswork. Okay? Because the mind will play tricks on you. Okay? So, how much weight am I supposed to use? Unless you do a max and we get percentages, I can tell you specifically exactly what you need to do. If you're doing an auto-regulating program where you're simply just going to just feel it out for the day, you need to be writing everything down. You should be writing everything down regardless if you're doing percentages or not. And you need to always work with the heaviest weight that allows you to do perfect technique. Okay? Yes, some workouts may feel non very daunting. It doesn't really tire you out very much, but that's okay. Okay? The goal at the end of a workout is to feel like you've got something done, but at the same time, you still feel refreshed by the time you get home. You should not feel thrashed and murdered or anything like that. Okay? I can take a set of 10 sets of three, and trust me, by the end of 10 sets of three, I'll be dead. Okay? Because I'm going to take it to that limit. All right? If you're not doing that, you are practically wasting your time. That's a different type of video.